Hey guys, let's get more news from Lakers, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Lakers rumors, Gabe Vincent to return by early March. In the offseason, the Los Angeles Lakers signed former Miami Heat guard Gabe Vincent to a 3-year, $33 million contract. After contributing much success to the Heat's playoff run to the finals, the Lakers wanted to make a move in free agency. Unfortunately, due to a continuous injury to his knee this season, Vincent has only been able to suit up for 5 games. Fortunately, it didn't lead to needing surgery, and the Lakers look forward to getting Vincent back on the floor soon. Recovery has reportedly been going well, and he is expected to return around early March. After playing a few games at the beginning of the season, Vincent had been diagnosed with knee effusion. This ultimately sat him out for a handful of games into December. Vincent was eyeing a return in the month and returned on the court in late December against the Chicago Bulls on restricted minutes. But his knee continued to bother him. Vincent sat out another handful of games, hoping surgery wouldn't be needed. Ultimately, it continued to affect his ability to be on the court. His recovery has been on schedule over the last several weeks, and Jake Fisher of Yahoo Sports is reporting he'll return by sometime in March. Lakers guard Gabe Vincent, who's become included in Los Angeles's ongoing trade talks, sources said, appears on track to return by early March. Vincent underwent arthroscopic surgery on his left knee during the final days of December. He was given an 8 to 10 week recovery period and has so far been recuperating on schedule, sources said. Vincent was vital to the historic run the 8th-seeded Heat had this past playoffs. Ultimately leading to a tragic finals loss against the Denver Nuggets, Vincent also shined in the regular season. He averaged 10.8 points in 34 games as a starter in the regular season. His playoff burst gave him value and worth as a key role player. He averaged 12.7 points and 3.5 assists while shooting 37.8% from 3 in the postseason. But the statistics and numbers don't show enough as to how important Vincent is as a role player to any team. He possesses much grit and determination and gives maximum effort on both ends of the floor. The Lakers will look forward to getting Vincent back in their rotation. The news that Vincent will return by early March is great for Lakers basketball. They will need his impact for the stretch of games remaining and to make noise in the postseason. Vincent's previous expertise on Miami has shown his value and that he is not afraid of big moments in the playoffs. The injury list has certainly not been helpful for this Lakers team throughout the season. Ultimately, with key role players getting back to full strength, hopefully, everyone can stay healthy alongside captains LeBron James and Anthony Davis in hopes of getting the franchise to lift another Larry O'Brien trophy. Medical analysis, explaining Jared Vanderbilt's midfoot sprain and recovery. Los Angeles Lakers wing Jared Vanderbilt had a very tough start to the season, dealing with persistent heel bursitis that kept him out for the majority of preseason and multiple weeks of the regular season. Upon returning, Vanderbilt had to play himself into shape and regain his form and rhythm while playing through discomfort and pain as part of that process. There were certainly some ups and downs, as you would expect following an extended layoff, but recent weeks saw Vanderbilt regaining the form, confidence, and dynamic impact that made him such an important piece of the team's turnaround last season. And then another injury struck. During the closing minutes of the first half against the Boston Celtics, Vanderbilt injured his foot while pushing off and immediately came off limping and shaking his head on the bench. Considering it was non-contact, there was a high level of concern. After going through initial examinations and consultation with specialists, there were some reports that he may miss the entire season. On Monday, the Lakers gave an official update, giving the diagnosis of a midfoot sprain and plans for re-evaluation in 3 to 4 weeks. Let's examine the injury closer to understand Vanderbilt's prospects moving forward and why there is so much gray area regarding his specific injury. The team is decision from there. Of course, you hope it goes well and Vanderbilt is able to return this season. However, he will then need another ramp-up period to regain that form, rhythm and confidence again. The Shaq-Kobe beef has become kind of a meme, just a flat cultural reference point. How to make a basket, Shaq vs. Kobe endeavors to go deeper than that, to figure out why and how these two legendary partners didn't get along, and how they achieved such greatness in spite of that. Part 2 begins. When their two stars might be over. But while Shaq relished in finally reaching the mountaintop, Kobe was dissatisfied. He spent the whole summer working on his shot, hoping to become such an elite scorer that no one could deny him first-option status in the Laker offense. The Lakers kept winning, but Shaq didn't agree with Kobe's plan, and their conflicts in viewpoint inflamed the work beef. Dr. Rajpal Brar, DPT, has a doctorate in physical therapy from Northern Arizona University, and runs his own in-person and online sports medicine and performance business, 3CB Performance, in West LA and Valencia, California, and partners with Quantum Performance, in which he further combines his movement expertise and fitness training background to rehab and train elite athletes. He also works at a hospital, giving him experience with patients in the immediate healthcare setting and neurological patients, post-stroke, post-brain injury, and has been practicing for over 5 years. NBA rumors: Lakers expected to trade Christian Wood. LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers have won 3 straight games after what was a rough start to their monstrous Grammy road trip. The Lakers are now 2 games above .500 as they head back to Los Angeles, and James has continued to play at an All-NBA level, despite recently turning 39 years old. As for many a LeBron James team, several of the Lakers' role players have probably been losing sleep in recent nights as the NBA trade deadline fast approaches. And one name has been swirling around the rumor mill is that of Lakers big man Christian Wood, who signed with the team in free agency this past offseason. If LA doesn't do a larger deal, don't be surprised if the Lakers surrender a second-round pick to land Wood on another roster, reported John Hollinger of The Athletic recently. His $3 million player option for next season will likely make this more expensive than a typical deal with a minimum expiring contract. It will likely require a real second and not just cash. But in L.A.'s case, the financial calculus of accessing the roughly $9 million tax distribution to below-tax teams is going to make it a worthwhile transaction. Christian Wood has had a bit of an up-and-down season so far in his new Lakers threads, including recently tweeting LOL shortly after the Los Angeles starting lineup was announced versus the Atlanta Hawks, without him in it. Surely a coincidence. In any case, the Lakers now have no more remaining games until the trade deadline passes, and they might look quite different when they next hit the floor versus the Nuggets on Thursday. And you fan, what do you think of the Christian Wood situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.